And we are live in Dubai, right here by the infamous Burj Khalifa. You can see the moon right up there, kind of behind the clouds. Of course, I promised everybody that I would go live today. 1 second here. All right, so live in Dubai. Kind of wanted to show you guys. I really wanted to do this during the day, but I was jet lagged as you can imagine. I showed up Monday morning, and here I am. So I slept a bit, but you can see just absolutely beautiful here. I wanted to kind of show you around Dubai a little bit. So this is, I'm on my blades, and I think I can switch this camera to, it won't, oh, nope, wait, let me see. Oh yeah, there we go. So I can switch the camera. That is the just absolutely beautiful Burj Khalifa right there. Unbelievable building. Of course, Emaar is the main developer, I believe, of Dubai. And again, I was going to do this during the day, but I was jet lagged. I was very jet lagged. And then I had an interview with Web3 TV, my man Adel, and he did a great job. So that interview is going to come out. We talked about everything, really. We talked about the Epstein files. We talked about freedom. We talked about freedom of speech. I mean, all of it. I can tell you this. What we're experiencing in the United States, everybody is feeling. Everybody is seeing it. Everybody is, I think that everybody was under a spell. It was like we were under a spell, right? And then the spell is broken. Now, I'm going to switch this camera again. One of my favorite ways to really see the city is on my blades, to be honest. So this right here, this is the Dubai Mall. Really, really nice. So one of the things I get asked a lot when I come over here is like, oh, but Bruce, you can't even drink and this and that and the other. Totally not true. Now, I will say that since I've been coming here for over 10 years now, that I know exactly how to do it. So I guess there's a liquor store or two, there might be more now, but I always hit the duty free on the way in. I buy whatever I think I might need, and if I don't need it, I either give it away or throw it in my checked-in bag. One of the two. So for me and the different bars and everything else, you never really know, oh, people maybe drinking is not such a big thing. Now I think it's this way. It might be the other way. We'll find out in a few minutes here, a couple minutes. But the restaurants and stuff out on the street and everything, a lot of those are not selling booze. They're just selling nice fruity drinks and everything else. Here we go. We have a high-end car dealership right here. Looks like Bentleys or something. Of course, actually that looks like a Corvette. Could be wrong. Aston Martin. That's an Aston Martin. Pretty nice. Hey man. See, he's got his hookah right with him. That's also a big thing. Another part of the skyline over here, you can see just absolutely beautiful skyline that we have here. Really, really unbelievable. So this right here is a crosswalk. I'm staying obviously right here at one of these buildings. I won't say exactly which, but there's the Dubai Mall right there. Walk across right here. Absolutely fantastic. Maybe I'll walk you guys through there some point. I'll be pretty busy the next couple of days. We have the Global Family Office Investment Summit, of course. I have a biopharma project that I brought, and also an AI, decentralized AI, which is super interesting. But it's funny, right? I always was bringing crypto projects, and you know, things change. Things change. All right, here we go. So, I think a lot of the restaurants are the other way, but really just beautiful. You can see this is one of the just clubs or restaurants right here. I mean, obviously it's a Tuesday night, right? So they're pretty empty at the moment. But very, very cool. Dubai Mall has, of course, all the things that you would expect them to have. I'm going a little downhill here, so I got to be careful. I'm pretty good on these rollerblades, but they don't stop like ice skates, I'll tell you that. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. It's interesting, you know, a lot of the times that I've come to Dubai have been in these pivotal stages of our history, like we're at right now. I mean, I haven't really talked about it. I haven't done my show in a while, of course. Kind of a little bit of a long story to that, but we won't get into it right now. But you know, these Epstein files are really something else. They have exposed, I feel like, to even the normies, kind of what is going on. So it's definitely a big topic of conversation. It is a big topic of conversation here, and I'm sure back home it should be with all of you guys. Whether or not you supported Trump or not, we can't have some pedophilia, demonic blackmail situation going on. I mean, that ain't gonna work. That does not work in society. So the fallout of that, I think we're just at the beginning of. We'll see how that all shakes out. So I'm coming back here by the Dubai Mall. I'm gonna head this way, up ahead a little bit. I think there's like some more sit-out restaurants, just kind of give you a feel of the place. It is, you know, it's a desert area, so I feel like a lot of times are up very late or open very late, up very late, because it's so darn hot. Now, it's not really hot right now. You can see I'm pretty comfortable in my shorts and t-shirt. I would say it's probably 70 degrees, maybe it's 60 Fahrenheit. So it's quite comfortable. Now, of course, the entire planet is a little bit cooler. I'm sure it has nothing to do with those lines in the sky everywhere, but it seems a little cooler, doesn't it? So, but in general, it's hotter here, and so it's so hot during the day that people will go out at night. I mean, I remember I was here in July one year, and I told myself, never again. Never again will I come in July. That's for the people that don't know better. But I will say, you know, Dubai, the UAE, very great place to come and do business. Very welcoming to do business. I always tell the guys, don't pull any crap over here. You know, you don't want to do that. You're a guest in the kingdom. It's not the United States. It's not your country, it's their country. I'll shoot across the street here since I get a green arrow, the front camera, and I'll show you a little bit of the Burj Khalifa on the way over. Now, this area right here, just absolutely inundated with traffic. Just like, oh my gosh, a lot of traffic. I'm gonna do a little bit of jaywalking here. And yeah, it's okay. Don't tell anybody. Ha ha ha. So, we're heading right up now to the one of the entrances of the Burj Khalifa. Now, I was supposed to have our Crypto Mondays Dubai inside here at the 3BK. The 3BK, of course, closed. And so we ended up doing it at another venue, which was Scandal. But you can see just absolutely beautiful here. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. We have some water here, some ponds, of course, Emaar. You'll see Emaar everywhere. Emaar, Emaar, Emaar. They're the ones, obviously, part of the royal family, practically, if not part of the royal family, because they got the contract to design all of Dubai. So I'm heading up here, a couple of different crosswalks. Of course, we've had a lot of fun at the Burj over the years. Just absolutely beautiful building. Feels like it's not real. I hope if I get close enough here, you're gonna be able to feel how cool it is. Now, don't try this at home. I'm going up the stairs on my rollerblades. I don't recommend it, but for those of you that know that I did a lot of skating in my day, and I'm not your average person on the rollerblades. So I just took a little bit of a shortcut, but that's wet. So since that's wet, I'm gonna go back down. This is a little more tricky, but not as tricky as slipping on wet cement. So we'll come around this way. Just two more little flights here. And then hopefully cruise right up to the front. I'll flip my camera here so you guys can kind of see forward. You know, one of the things that, as I started to travel the world many years ago, I realized was that the United States was not the end-all, be-all, right? And it's great that we have a wonderful country, and we need to safeguard it. We need to protect it from things like Epstein and these horrible things. I mean, there's like kids disappearing every year, but there's a lot of great places in the world. And again, we are not the end all be all. Singapore, beautiful. Kuala Lumpur, also beautiful. Whoa. Okay. I might have to talk to a security guard here, and I might not get through. We'll see what we have going on here. Guests, residents. We'll see. Whew. Hello. How are you? I'm just doing a little stream, showing people around. Is it okay?
No, this side you cannot. You can go
Okay.
down. Left side you can make behind, then fountain side you can.
So I went up the stairs, but it was wet on the other side.
Not a stair.
Further.
Road side, left side.
And go to the fountains?
Yeah, fountain side.
Okay. All right. Thanks, man. I will go. Okay, I guess. Okay. He was on to me. So, again, I mean, I could eat it on the way down here. You can kind of see I'm trying to slow myself down. I'm on a bit of an incline here. But again, I'm pretty used to this stuff. Of course, I'm a little older now too. They have these little speed bumps here that are kind of funny. Okay. All right, back to where I was. So we're gonna cruise around towards the fountain. The fountain is absolutely beautiful. We have done a number of events here in Dubai. One of our kind of most successful events, or one of my favorite events, was at the Address Fountain Views. We did one of our Washington Elite galas And whoa, it was pretty awesome. All right, just did a little off-roading there to make sure I stopped. I just wanted to show you this building right here as well. I hope that you can see that, you can really take that in. So right here we have one of the Burj Vista towers right here, and then this building right over here, this beautiful building, you can see like 2 towers connected at the top, right? And you have Emar's pool up there, everything else. Very similar to the towers that are connected in Kuala Lumpur. And I know I've mentioned Kuala Lumpur now a couple of times, but it's in Malaysia, and everybody always thinks that, you know, whatever they think of Malaysia, but Kuala Lumpur is actually pretty nice. So yeah, I just slipped on a little bit of the wet. So you can see too, lots of greenery. I did a video one time years ago, and I'm trying to go to the fountain. Can I go here, or I have to go down here? Okay, okay. All right, so I'm making my way. I will say another thing that I want to talk about is not to come down on anybody. I'm as easy as the next guy, but and I think everybody is equal, but they have like really like a slave class here basically. And kind of a warning, guys, it's kind of what we're getting set up in the US at the time, importing all of these H-1B visas, and you know, they're from the third world, or from, so here they mostly come from India, but actually they come from everywhere to work. But the kind of the, and I don't want to offend anybody, but kind of the slave class that we have here, and I say that with I no disrespect to anybody, is mostly Indian, and they're the ones who build the buildings and clean the trash and, you know, do all of these types of things. And they're making like much less than everybody else, of course. All right, I'm gonna flip this around again. It's not the best system, I would say. All right, a little bit of tricky terrain I have here, but let's go for it. Looking good, guys. Yeah, all right, now I'm on the right track. I am again going downhill. So I was just at the Dubai Opera with Gordon Einstein. He was doing his Tech Tuesdays events. Gordon and I have always supported each other over the years, and it was no different. He came and supported my Crypto Mondays yesterday, which was really great. Lou Kerner was here, of course, as well, the founder of Crypto Mondays. And then I went and supported Gordon in his Tech Tuesday event tonight. And I would say, again, he supported me because he's got the established event. If he came to my event in DC, maybe he would be supporting it or not supporting it, however you want to look at it, right? But went there. He let me get on stage for a little while, so that was cool. He runs, I guess, probably the biggest or most successful tech meetup here. So that was cool, and that was at the Dubai Opera. The Dubai Opera is absolutely amazing place. It's an amazing place. I'm going to switch this again, just so you kind of get the feeling here. I am kind of cruising at this point on my blades. Now I'm slowing down a little bit, but you can see that just came down that hill there. And just really beautiful, guys. So actually, this is the Dubai Opera, as a matter of fact. This building right here is the Dubai Opera. Some of the water here, the fountains that surround the Burj. Of course, my friend Sergey has his office up there. I won't say what floor, and I won't say his last name. But you would know him if I said it. Anyway, so this is the Dubai Opera. This is where we just were. Just absolutely beautiful. And again, it's like probably, can't exactly see the time at the moment, but I think it's about 1 o'clock. Most of my friends went out. I've been doing this so long, my friends. that I know I'm going to have to perform at peak tomorrow. And even if I'm jet lagged and everything, I just need to wind down. And so actually this rollerblade and this stream is part of my wind down. Hopefully I'll go back and drink a little bit more wine and beer and fall asleep, right? So this is the Dubai Opera, absolutely amazing. One of my friends rented this place for 2 Bitcoins. Rented the whole place, and we packed it out, and it was absolutely amazing. And that was 2 Bitcoins back when Bitcoin was like 50,000. Whoa! So it was 100K at that point to rent it. So I'm sure it's probably around that, and that came with the food and everything else. If you're curious, and if you want to do that, I have the connections to do it with the government. It's absolutely beautiful. The one that I went to there that was so wonderful, they had, I mean, just the performance was absolutely wonderful. So this area right here, this is like a promenade area or courtyard area. I'll flip it around, maybe it'll be better on the camera. And this is really all part of the, it's all part of the Burj. So this grassy area right here, you can also rent this, but I don't know if you can tell, it's wet. So a little tricky. Probably want to make sure you have the right time of year. But you can rent this. Hey guys, you can rent this area here, put out an outdoor tent or something, and throw an event there too, or a conference or something like that. So this is now, you can see here, the signs. Of course, they have the prayer room, the washrooms. Here's the Dubai Mall, Burj Khalifa. Imagine that, they have like decent bathrooms. Like really, like why have we switched to just these plastic porta potties? Like it really is just beyond me. And then when we do have the real bathrooms, we don't even keep them up. I was golfing the other day in DC at the Links Club there, which I guess Trump is now gonna take over or already has taken over, fired the people. And honestly, I went to the bathroom and I have been all over the world. And it was the worst. It was the worst. There was poop everywhere. It was just absolutely horrible. I couldn't believe it. Even worse, you know, in China, I always laugh with my kids because I learned to always carry a little bit of paper. Always carry a little bit of paper in your pocket. Because you never know when you're gonna have to squat because you ate something bad or whatever, and they don't have paper. They don't have paper. Now that's not here. Here they have paper. They still do in a lot of places, not a lot of places, all of these places have normal toilets. But they do have still, I think, probably, I could go look. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna blow up anybody's spot like that, but they might still have some squatters in here. People are used to it. It's a very efficient way of doing things, I'll tell you that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm just gonna flip this around again because this is such a nice area here. And again, it's like about 1 a.m. or about something like that. This is the mall again over here. So that whole like building right there and over there, this is all mall, restaurants and stuff over here, really high-end condos and stuff like that. And look how, I don't know if you can tell how clear this water is, but it's very clear. And they probably, an Indian guy or something, gets out there and scrubs it. And they put on like the scuba gear with the pack, the breather pack, and they clean it. And they constantly clean it. And then they empty it. Also, I don't know if it's once a year, maybe it's once every other year or something like that, but they empty the entire thing, they scrub it out, and it's very nice. It's very cool. So they're not doing the shows right now. I don't know why, but a lot of times they will do shows out here on the water. They have fountains all throughout there, and it will go with the music. And they will also, this whole Burj Khalifa is also lit, and it all is in concert. So you can even put your advertisement, I'm sure for millions of dollars, or they have dirhams here, on the Burj Khalifa. And of course, you know, they'll have Michael Jackson or something playing and the fountain's going, and it really, really is something else. It's too bad it's not going right now. If it does happen while I'm here, I'll try to at least record it and maybe put it underneath this recording. But you can see here just more buildings that we have here. Some type of a statue. And it's Tuesday night. You can see, you know, people are kind of moving around, doing things. Now, the other thing I kind of talk about over the years, not so much, I haven't talked about it in years really, but back when I was really on the road speaking a lot, now I'm spending a little bit more time at home, but there may be more laws on the books here, I don't know, than the US, maybe, maybe not. But like in a lot of other places around the world, the enforcement is not really around. So like, of course, you don't want to get in trouble, especially in a place like this, but people are living a lot of times more free. Now, freedom of speech, I would say not so much, but pretty much. Pretty much. It's kind of like we have actually now, or is happening in the US, where you're not supposed to talk about certain things and this and that. And so it's kind of like it is here, but you can still talk about some things. I actually did a clip years ago and it was live, and I talked about how they seeded the clouds here in Dubai, and they did it a little differently. They were doing it by electricity, I think, or electric shock. And that clip was like, they didn't let it go live. Now they did eventually approve it, I guess, and then it went live, just not as I was live. So I don't know if that's still the case. I don't think so, because everyone pretty much knows that they're doing the weather now, especially with James O'Keefe. I mean, if you have your, I'm swerving again because I'm going down a other side of a little walking bridge here, but everybody kind of knows, right? I mean, in Davos, that's the big talk. Of course, the United States is freezing right now, kind of along with the rest of the world. Pretty funny. So it's 60 degrees too, and I was like laughing. My buddy shows up with a scarf. I'm like, a scarf. But I mean, I get it. It's like kind of just a fashionable type of thing. Probably cashmere or something like that. But just absolutely beautiful here. You can see. So these places are just like, you know, millions of dollars, of course, right here. The Burj in the background, and this pool right out here. It would be cool if they let people swim in it, but they don't. And see, this is actually kind of what I've been not talking about, but so they're still working. They're still constructing. When they build buildings over here, they literally like never stop. They don't stop building. So if you're like living by a place that's popping up a if you're living by a place that's popping up a building all day and all night, you are going to hear that construction go on, because they do not stop. They just bring them in. So they'll bus in the workers, and then the workers are staying kind of more on the outskirts. Go ahead, guys.
How are you?
Yep, good. They're staying more on the outskirts of town, so they'll bust them in and then bust them out. It's actually working out pretty well. Hopefully I'll, again, be tired. Hey, what's up? By the time I get back. English is such a wonderful language to speak as well, because everybody speaks English. Like everybody. Nobody doesn't speak English, especially here. The conferences are in English. Like, you know, you go to Germany or you go to France or some of these other places, and Of course, I get it. They're proud of their culture and their language, and they speak their own language at the different conferences and stuff. Here, it's English. It's English. Maybe there's some Farsi and Arabic and stuff like that that gets spoken in between each other. But I've never been to any conference here that wasn't in English. Everybody is speaking English. So now I'm a block off from the main drag there with the Burj. So I'm just kind of cruising around, making sure I don't kill myself. Very safe city. Everybody pretty much is very happy to be here, and they don't want to screw it up. And I tell you, to my friends all around the world, I mean, there is something to it. You leave your phone on the counter at the bar, and if you forget it and you leave and you come back and your phone is still there. That's nice. This is actually the street that I wanted to get to. I'm glad I got here. So you can see nice restaurants here. They do shisha, food, kind of till late. This is like the route, whatever it's called. And these types of restaurants, like I was talking about before, they don't serve alcohol. The hotels and stuff like this, they're serving the alcohol. But these types of restaurants, you don't. You go in, you smoke your shisha if that's what you want to do, eat your food, have your flowery drinks, and you're all set. But don't expect to have a beer. And that's why I've gotten used to, on my way in, stopping by the duty free, getting some beer, maybe some bourbon or vodka or something like this, and wine, just so I have it, so that if I'm in a spot where I need to break out some drinks or something like that, I can. I usually get an apartment, and I'm usually with my brother. So my brother David had the Wuhan flu, or the Wuhan flu, but he had the Kung flu. And I said, yo, bro. He says, I'll come one day later. I said, no, you won't. You're going to come and get me sick. So he's home. And I am a one-man show, as they say. So let me just flip this around here again. See, and again, you can see Emaar. I'm sure a lot of these buildings almost even look the same to you, but they're not. You know. Pretty cool. And it's 1 in the morning, and you can see kind of like, as well, 1 in the morning on a Tuesday, and you can see like the city kind of just goes on. It doesn't really sleep. Like there's something going on pretty much all night. You see people walking around. It's 1 in the morning on a Tuesday, you know what I mean? So, and the restaurants are open. So you can sit there, you can have some coffee, it looks like. Cafe, yes. Okay, so this is maybe even a bit more happening here. So you can see, yeah, restaurant right here, and it's packed. You can see, I think you can probably see it's packed right there. That's packed. It's packed. So that's kind of cool. As well, the culture is cool. The culture is cool. Nice people. Primarily is Muslim, of course, here. Very nice people, though. And very, like, I would say, like I said, you leave your phone on the bar and you come back, it's still there. I mean, it's nice people, guys. It's nice people. So, you know, it's very strict laws. I think they'd probably throw you in jail for quite a while if you screw that up. This is kind of cool, right? It's still area here. If you steal something, they don't, and then they eject you. So most of the people, they'll come here on like a 10-year visa or something, and to work and everything else. And for a lot of these people, they'll make as much money in this 10 years as they would make in, 20 or 30 years in their home. So they're very, very appreciative to be here. They're very happy to be here. So here we have more malls here, Dubai Mall, Fountain Views. The mall over there was just the Dubai Mall, I believe. And I believe this is the Fountain View Mall, but don't quote me on it. I'm not that familiar with the mall. They do give you Arabic coffee as you walk in, which is pretty nice. Nice big moon we have tonight. A nice walk over here they have. And then of course, I've actually walked in that entrance of the mall quite a few times, as a matter of fact. I am going to switch back this way here. So yeah. Of course, I got on my Crypto Mondays shirt. It was fun. Crypto Mondays was great. Lou Kerner really has a great thing. I was talking to some of our friends who you would know, I won't mention, and telling them that's a great network that we want to plug into. And I'm going to continue to do that. Lou Kerner runs it decentralized, does a really great job. I have a lot of respect for him. And he's got a really, really great community. And it's a community builder. So that's real nice. I found this selfie stick when I was left home. I think it's one of my Asian friends gave it to me. I know that's so quintessential. I've never used it, but it's working out pretty well. Of course, I have my mic on too, so that helps. I'm gonna stop in the middle here. And wait, yeah. So, I don't know if I can see any comments or anything like that, unfortunately, on this. I'm on my platform, streaming platform. But if you have questions, you can, leave them. I'll answer them later. And I don't know, you might be able to hear that music. Someone playing Gasolina. They're watching a soccer game or football. They're watching a football game in this place here. Of course, I just pointed that out. That place is completely packed. I can smell the food from here, the garlic and everything else. I just had a steak, so I'm okay. But that does smell pretty good. Yeah. Truth is, I've been sleepless in this city a lot of times. I don't always bring my blades, because sometimes I have my rollerblades, sometimes I have too much stuff to bring or something, but this is actually one of the best places to rollerblade around, unless you're going to the beach or something like that, where there's a boardwalk. Very, not a lot of hills here. They actually mopped the floor, the concrete. Maybe not everywhere, but I've seen them mopping the concrete quite a bit. There's no gum or anything like that. I guess they must come through and just chisel off the gum daily. And of course, if you're used to not having gum on the street or something, you probably get used to not throwing it. I'm going through a little bit of a wet spot here, so let me just dry my blades. But very, very clean, very clean city. Yeah, I love it. I've done a lot of business here over the years. Very good place, and a lot of fun too. So, all right, well, I think that's about it. Give you guys a little tour, give myself a little jet lag breather. Tomorrow we'll be at the Global Family Office event. We'll be at the Mandolin Oriental. If anybody's around, you can stop by. Let me know, though, of course. It's a pretty steep ticket. So message me if you plan to stop by. We have a lot of great projects that are there, a lot of money that's there. And my man Anthony does a great job putting it together. So we've been a partner with that event for a long time. and I expect that to continue. And actually, you can see here what's going on, them cleaning, as I was saying. Look at this. So he's mopping, but this is a machine. And then this guy over here, he's cleaning with the thing. And this is like all the time. It's not like just something that happens a little bit. Like, it's like every night. Imagine if they did that in New York. Like, what's wrong with us, guys? Like, I remember when New York was clean, or I remember back before 9/11, the city was glistening. It was like magical. Never recovered yet. Has not recovered from losing the Twin Towers. Used to make me mad every time I thought about it. It's been so many years now that feelings grow dim, but they took it away from us and all those people. Anyhow, all right. I'm gonna get back, hopefully get some sleep. Maybe I'll go live for a bit tomorrow. Maybe not, I'll be pretty busy. I have a fireside chat with my man Kenneth Hurley, talking about Genius AI. Another person we're working with, Robert Brooks, with his biopharma, Radiance Biopharma. And he's gonna be on a panel. So we're gonna be working really hard. You guys need anything, message me. Cheers.